Hello my people, it's your boy back again, Shadrach as usual in another good video. So today I have decided to invite some guests on my channel and I'm going to be interviewing her about China and the experience about China and how she finds China. So before I go further, let her introduce herself.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Esther. I'm from Zambia and I'm a student here in China.
So it's nice to have you on the channel.
Thank you for having me.
So how many years have you spent in China so far?
I've been in China for the past 7 years.
Past 7 years, wow, that's so much. So how did you find China? Like, how is China so far?
China is boring.
As in, when you say it's boring, what do you mean exactly? What kind of boring?
Like there's nothing much to do. If you are an outgoing person, there's so much to do. But if you're not an outgoing person, there's barely nothing. Like maybe you just sit indoors, watch movies, maybe chat with your friends sometimes, and that's it.
Oh wow. So are you working or you're just a student?
I'm a student and I work part-time.
Oh wow, that's good. So how do you find the life of being a student at the same time you can do the part-time jobs if you get one? How do you find it?
Being a student is hectic actually, because it has its ups and downs. Today you'll be happy and you feel like you have it all together. Tomorrow you feel like you don't even know anything. So it's kind of tricky, but at the end of the day, the main goal is to graduate and leave this place. So yeah, and the part times, they're not always there all the time. So if you're lucky, you find it. If you're not lucky, you keep on searching as usual.
Okay, so far we know, like in China it's not allowed to work when you have a student visa. So how do you manage to work part-time jobs when you don't have the working visa? So how do you do it?
Of course, you have to do it in secret. Nobody needs to know that you're working, because even the people around you can actually report you to the police. So you have to be careful. Like just do it in private. I can say so.
Okay. So when you're caught by the police, what are the consequences so far? Have you ever been caught by the police or maybe something happens and you have to report to the police or some issues with your visa?
I've never been caught by the police, so I thank God for that. So, but from the stories that I've heard, they tell the people to pay a certain amount of money, and then when you pay that amount of money, then you're warned to never work again. But if they catch you, you'll be sent back.
You'll be sent back. So now our viewers would like to know, like if you're caught, how much can you pay in RMBs or in US dollar?
I don't know how much it is in US dollar, but in RMB it's 10,000 RMB.
10,000 RMB, that's approximately like 1,000 and maybe 300 US dollar.
Yeah,
approximately. I'm not really sure. Yeah. So when you pay that money, is it a must like for you to be deported after, or they give you maybe like warning 3 or 2 times, then after you can be deported? How is it?
I'm not sure. Maybe the first time they might give you a warning and then you pay the amount of money, but the second time when they catch you, you have to go because they already have your criminal records. So they'll be like, oh, okay, so you're not this is not the first time that you're doing something like this. This is the second time. So, and you know the rules, so there will be no excuse the second time.
So how do you find jobs? Like how do you usually get jobs? Because I know it's a big deal to have jobs in China, most especially when you're a student, and sometimes I know bosses don't want to pay. So how do you manage to deal with such situation of finding jobs?
Okay, for me,
you can try to raise your voice so that people can hear you.
Okay, for me, I ask the people that are working. They're the ones that actually help me to find the jobs, because it's very hard to find a job in China.
As in agents?
Not agents, just my friends and other my seniors that I know. Okay, this one is working. I'll text the person. I'm like, please, I need help. If you can help me find a job, and if it's possible, they help me. I find they link me up with who helped them to find the job, and then the person also helps me to find the job, just like that.
So when you ask them, is there any certain amount you pay for you to get the job, or they can just link you up?
Luckily for me, I've never paid any amount of money, but I do hear people say, "Oh no, we paid so and so before we found the job." But I have never paid any amount of money.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So now, how do you balance part-time jobs and school? Like, so for what are you studying?
I'm studying medicine, and
Oh, so how do you manage to do medicine? Because we all know medicine is one of the courses that are really tough and you can't really have time, you know. So how do you balance time of going to work and also studying at the same time?
okay, the part-time jobs are usually on the weekend. So on the weekend I'm not doing anything. So I'll dedicate the whole week to my studies. Then on the weekend I'll go look for my money and come back.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how I do it.
That's good. So how is the payment thing? How is it?
The payment is not much, but for a student it's manageable.
Like how much? Like how much per hour?
Per hour is like 150 RMB per hour.
150 RMB.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they mostly pay the same day after you are done working. They pay you the money.
So how many hours probably can you work in a day?
In a day, maybe 3 hours.
3 hours.
In a day.
Okay. So what kind of jobs do you do? If you have any type of job, what kind of jobs do you do? Or what kind of jobs that are more possible for the students to do in China?
You can do anything. There's movies, there's modeling, there's teaching English, there's a lot of things. As long as you are like you want to work. And it's not about which job you like. If you're given any job, just do it as long as you can do it.
Also, like at work, do you have any challenge of either being, maybe your bosses being racist or your workmates?
No, they're actually very welcoming. Chinese actually like to interact with Africans and they want to know more about our culture, how we do our hair, if our hair is real or it's not real. They're like very inquisitive.
Yeah, but I've had some cases whereby people are complaining like not being paid, and I myself have been in that situation too before. Like in 2020, I've worked some and I wasn't paid for a long time. So like, have you ever also faced that challenge whereby maybe they are racist or maybe they are not paying you because you're a student, you don't have a working visa?
I have never experienced that before, so I don't know if I have anything like to say about that.
But
because I
so
have
far,
never
have you
experienced
ever
that.
heard of some people going through the same?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So how do you find it? Or what can you advise to, like what kind of advice can you give to people who are planning to come to China and maybe they are expecting a lot, like working, studying, even doing other things for entertainment?
They shouldn't expect much because the rules change every time. This time around they might allow you, the next time they might say, oh no, we don't allow foreigners. So just have an open mind.
So is it simple to get those jobs if you're just from Africa and maybe you don't speak Chinese? Is it simple for you to find a job?
No, it's not easy actually. It will take some time.
To take to some time. So how is your Chinese level? Is it growing? Or
it's manageable.
it's manageable? Oh wow, that's good. So apart from that, what can you advise a student who want to study in China? Can you advise them to come? Can you advise them, like what kind of like life experience do you have in so far that you can give your little sister or your cousin or anyone? From your experience, just from your experience.
From
or
my experience,
your perspectives, yes.
China is very, very nice. It's very beautiful. You can get carried away. it's not everybody that comes to China that leaves with a degree, first and foremost. So it depends with you. And if you're disciplined, like, because I've seen people come, get excited with the lights, the life. Yo, this place is amazing. No, but you can do whatever you want and there'll be nobody to tell you what to do. It's up to you to control yourself. So if you get carried away, you live without a degree, you just live with a brand new phone and brand new clothes and back to Africa without a degree. Or you can live this place with a degree and everything else.
So that means like the schools are not so strict on students. They give you the freedom you need. That's what you're trying to say, right?
There's freedom, but they're also strict. It just depends with yourself, like yourself.
Like what kind of restrictions that are there? Like try to be specific so that someone who is watching from Africa or even any other country can also be able to know what kind of restrictions are here in China if the person wants to come here.
They won't restrict you much, maybe only on the attendance, like attending your classes and everything, but afterwards you're free to do what you want to do. Now the freedom there is what makes people get carried away, because your teachers will not tell you what and what you're not supposed to do. It's up to you.
So we see in countries like US or Canada, Australia and other countries whereby students have certain hours for working. Do you also have that kind of pulse in China whereby every school maybe sets a pulse of students working and give you certain hours of working?
I heard there was something like that, but I don't think it's implemented in every city. So in my city there's nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah, so as we conclude, what kind of advice can you give to someone who wants to come to China and doesn't speak Chinese?
Okay, let me use myself as an example. I didn't know Chinese when I came to China, and now I know Chinese. You can learn Chinese as well. Just
is it hard, simple? How is it? How do you say
Chinese
it?
is not easy. It's not easy if you're not interested, but it is easy if you are interested. That is the only thing I can say.
Okay, so you advise people to either start from home or come and study from here?
Either way is fine. You can start from home, you can start from here. Just be interested in the language, then you're good to go.
Okay. Yeah, you can say goodbye to our followers.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you enjoyed the interview.
Okay, so as we are concluding the video, please consider subscribing, like the videos, comment, and also you can give us your ideas about the videos that you'd like us to shoot, or even the questions you have about this same video. You can tell us what you think. Thank you so much. See you in another good video.